When I was younger, I could remember anything, whether it happened or not. To refuse errors is another way of accepting them with more noise than is normal. If man could be crossed with the cat, it would improve man, but deteriorate the cat. Better a broken promise than none at all. Drag your thoughts away from your troubles, by the ears, by the hills, or any other way you can manage it. Prosperity is the best protector of principle. The public is only critic whose opinion is worth anything at all. It is just like man's vanity and impertinence to call an animal dumb, because it is dumb to his dull perceptions. The finest clothing made is a person's own skin. But, of course, society demands something more than this. Biographies are but the clothes and buttons of the man. The biography of the man himself cannot be written. Loyalty to the nation all the time. Loyalty to the government when it deserves it. I was gratified to be able to answer promptly. And I did. I said I didn't know. The rule is perfect in all matters of opinion. Our adversaries are insane. A round man cannot be expected to fit in a square hole right away. He must have time to modify his shape. Let us make a special effort to stop communicating with each other, so we can have some conversation. Humor must not professedly teach, and it must not professedly preach, but it must do both if it would live forever. The educated southerner has no use for an R, except at the beginning of a word. Ideally, a book would have no order to it, and the reader would have to discover his own. When a person cannot deceive himself, the chances are against his being able to deceive other people. What a wee little part of a person's life are his acts and his words. His real life is lived in his head and is known to none but himself. When red-haired people are above a certain social grade, their hair is urban. George Washington, as a boy, was ignorant of the commonest accomplishments of youth. He could not even lie. Why shouldn't truth be stranger than fiction? Fiction, after all, has to make sense. Water taken in moderation cannot hurt anybody. It is better to keep your mouth closed and let people think you are a fool than to open it and remove all doubt. Whenever you find yourself on the side of the majority, it is time to pause and reflect. The secret of getting ahead is getting started. All you need in this life is ignorance and confidence, and then success is sure. Get your facts first, then you can distort them as you please. Anger is an acid that can do more harm to the vessel in which it is stored than to anything on which it is pured. It put our energies to sleep and made visionaries of us. Dreamers and indolent, it is good to begin life poor. It is good to begin life rich. These are wholesome, but to begin it prospectively rich. The man who has not experienced it cannot imagine the curse of it. I have been complimented many times, and they always embarrass me. I always feel that they have not said enough. Prophesy is a good line of business, but it is full of risks. One of the most striking difference between a cat and a lie is that a cat has only 9 lives. It is my belief that nearly any invented quotation played with confidence stands a good chance to deceive. He is now rising from affluence to poverty. The public is merely a multiplied me. Substitute them every time you are inclined to write very. Your editor will delete it and the writing will be just as it should be. There are times when one would like to hang the whole human race and finish the force. The weight knows that his place is at the tail of a procession. In Huckleberry Finn, I have drawn Tom Blankenship exactly as he was. He was ignorant, unwashed, insufficiently fit, but he had as good a heart as ever any boy had. As an example to others, and not that I care for moderation myself, it has always been my rule never to smoke when asleep, and never to refrain from smoking when awake. Fiction is obliged to stick to possibilities, truth isn't. I make it a rule never to smoke while I am sleeping. We Americans bear the arc of liberties of the world. An intelligent person never shares 3 things with anyone. Number 1, their innermost fears. Number 2, past regrets. Number 3, ultimate excuse for showing up late.